It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Interbet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.
Moving along to race number 6, fillies and mares 94 handicap, set to be run over 1200 meters. Race 6, 15:35 the off time. And this is a nightmare of a race because it is so competitive. They're betting 9-2 the field. Personally, I believe that this is an absolute field race. It's hard to single the horse out in this contest. Captain's Christie, weak favourite at 9-2. 6-1 about Peyton's Hair. It is 7-1 about Oriental Bouquet. And then it's 10-1 and Better Bardos. Now, looking at this race, trying to single a horse out, not easy at all. And it's going to be interesting to see whether these horses tend to split into groups down the straight track, or whether they all spread apart and they all sort of, it's a cavalry charge to the line. If I had to mention a few horses, well, looking at this race, I think a horse like number 4, Red Roses 2, over Track and Trip, can get involved with just 54 kgs on the back. She's a win over Track and Trip, and at this level, I expect her to be competitive. She's having a peak run, her third run after layoff. She's at 10-1 in the market. Number 3, Epic View, who ran a much better race last time out behind Malcolm's Dream. She moved up quite nicely at the 400 to run 4th. I think she's a filly that, with the blinkers on, down the lane, 52 kgs on the back, I think she could run a nice race as well, and she's currently at around 16-1 in the market. So 52 kgs on the back, blinkers go on. I think Epic View could certainly be right there at the finish. So 3-4. I think number 8, Patton's Hair is a runner that is open to improvement. She's obviously she's going to need to up a game from a maiden victory, because she does meet a very strong field. She's got 52. I think she can improve to feature. Number 9, Valeria's Dream. Now, she's a winner over the distance, yet to win over Track and Trip, but she's got just 55 kgs on the back. Muzieni takes a ride for Peter Muscat. She's a filly that shows a lot of early gate speed, so she's going to be likely one of the leaders in this race. And I think she could run a cheeky race. I think 1200 meters could suit her, given that she is running fresh. She wasn't beaten far last time out behind Lucky Miss. And prior to that, she was behind Acacia's Blossom, Waterbury Lane, Hollywood Bound. So she's got some fair form to her name. She beat Asia Pambili in a fillies and mares 96 handicap. And Asia Pambili ran in the Group 1 just yesterday at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. So Valeria's Dream, a filly that can be competitive. Oriental Bouquet, Craig Zaki takes a ride. He's back aboard this individual. She's run her best races when Craig has been aboard her. She's a winner over Track and Trip, so she's definitely capable of getting involved. Then you've got Bomber Girl, who ran in a group race last time out in the Magnolia handicap, and I think that was a grade 2 contest or grade 3 contest if I'm not mistaken. But she was beaten behind Mrs. Browning, and Mrs. Browning then went on to beat Dice, and Dice, we know, won the Cape Flying Championship. So Bomber Girl does bring in some solid form into the race, and she does enjoy Hollywoodbets Scottsville. And then Captain's Christie, a filly that her only wins to date have been over 1,000 meters. But in saying that, 1,200 meters does not seem to be a concern for her. She could make her presence felt as well. So 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 14 and 15, those are the numbers that I think can be shortlisted in race number 6. It's not really a shortlist, given that it is 7 runners that I've mentioned, but it is half the field. So I think in terms of the bar pot, the final leg of the bar pot and place accumulator, I think you can play around those horses. I think those are the type of horses that can run nice races here. You've got horses at 10-1, 16-1 in the market, runners that can make their presence felt, and it is a race where I think you can get a good result in the exotics for you, a good result in the sense that you play it wide. I think horses at a bit of a price will come through and run a bull race, and you're guaranteed to drop quite a few tickets in the exotics, especially in race number 6. Final leg of the bar pot, I think include as many as you possibly can. Place accumulator, pick 6. Likewise, include a few runners in this leg here, because it's a race where you want to have cover and a race where you want to know that you are safe and you are ensured to get through race number 6. Looks to be quite trappy, and a race where I suggest just look for horses at a bit of a price and include as many as the budget does allow.
I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.